Hey boys and girls, it's Mr. McAndrew, the math coach. As always, very excited to be with you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. So we have been doing subtraction all week, a little bit of addition. We did some fun stuff with the height of buildings and the speed of planes and cars and people. So today we're going to look at some distances from Rockland to like other places all over the world, including like China, which is like, I think, on the opposite side of the world. So fun stuff. Before we get into that though, let's look at our problem of the day. So if you look at the subtraction problem, it's pretty big, right? It's a lot of numbers. You're like, Mr. McAndrew, if I don't have a paper and pencil, I'm not solving this. And that may be true. But I do want you to notice something here, okay? That if you use the strategy I've been talking about this week, which is that you don't have anything with you, sometimes it's faster to do it mentally. Let's take a look, okay? So we start with 6,475. And we're trying to figure out how much we would need to add to that to get to 9,530. Because again, even though we're subtracting, we can still think of it as addition, except that the way we're thinking about it is we're saying 6,475 plus something equals 9,530. Okay, so we're going to try and leap up. Now, when I look at these numbers, what I notice is if I add 3,000 to 6,475, okay, so if I'm thinking about a number line, right, I'm not actually drawing, in my mind, I'm not actually writing this out, I'm just showing you what I'm thinking in my mind, okay? So if I were to add 3,000, that would get me to 9,475. I'm not that far away from 9,530. So I know it's 3,000 something, right? So what I'm going to think is, if I go another 25, I'm going to get to 500, right? So if I'm at 9,475, and I were to go 25, that would get me to 9,500. And then I just have another 30 to go. So I hop 25 to get to 9,500, and then 30 to get to 9,530. So I basically hopped up 3,000, then 25, and then 30. I can do that in my head. Okay, that's 3,055. I know that 30 plus 20 is 50, plus 5 more is 55. Okay, so I did that all in my head, all right, so I could do that. So again, it was 9,530 minus 6,475, okay, and I don't have anything else to write with, I could think in my head, okay, I'm going to hop up 3,000 to get to 9,000, 25 more to get to the 500, and then another 30 to get to 9,530. So 3,000 plus 25 is 3,025, plus another 30 is 3,055. Okay, so that's how I did that. 3,055. All right, and if you do it the way we usually do it, yep, that works. It all checks out. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to the fun part. Take out your math packet, please, or as I say in French, s'il vous plaît. All right, so you should have out your math packet. It should say distances from Rockland. Okay. And you're going to need to open up the website to do this, which is going to look like this. Okay, I've already got, here, I'll erase that. I've already started to do some work. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, you don't need to click on any of this stuff that says like open or start. You just need to be able to click in here where I show you so you can find distances. Okay, and it'll show you on the map too, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's look at our math packet. I'm going to read. Okay, it says pretend, I like to pretend, You are taking a road trip across the United States with your family. So you're driving, okay, to go visit, Disneyland. First you stop, so this is the one in California. There's also Disney World in Florida, but this one's in California, okay? First, you stop in Chicago, Illinois. How far is it from Rockland to Chicago? Okay, so on your website, you would type in Rockland, okay, and then MA, so comma, MA, because that stands for Massachusetts. And then over here, you would type in, I don't have it in there yet, you would type in Chicago. And then you just click on where it says find. And it tells you in kilometers. Oh, what happened to it? Hey, where did you go? Let's try that again. Find. Okay. It gives it to you in kilometers as well as miles. All right, we want to do it in miles. In the blue, miles, not the red kilometers. Miles. Kilometers. Miles. Kilometers. Okay. So it looks like it is 857 miles. So on your paper, that's what you would write down, okay? And it says, next, you drive from Chicago to Anaheim, California. That's where Disneyland is located. How far is it from Chicago to Anaheim? So same thing, you would just go into your little thing. You would type in Chicago, and over here, you would type in Anaheim. If you just type in Anaheim, it should work. It should go to California. Okay, otherwise it's comma CA. CA stands for California. And it'll show you on the map. So like right now, it should be showing the distance from, Boston, like Rockland, right? You can zoom in. Let's see if we can get to Rockland. Rockland, where are you? Where are you? Oh yeah, there it is, Rockland. Okay, and then you see it goes all the way. It's a straight shot as if you were like flying right to Chicago, which is right on one of the Great Lakes. Right, it's the capital of Illinois, and it's right on Lake Michigan. Okay, so it's right there. All right, so that's kind of fun, little geography action going on there. All right, so you figure out how far it is from Chicago to Anaheim. And then the question is, what is the total distance you have traveled to get to Disneyland? So first you have to figure out how far it is to Chicago, and then Chicago to Disneyland, which is in Anaheim, and then figure that out, okay? And show your work as always. All right. Next question says, how many miles is it from Rockland to China? I mean, that's a long way. So you type in China and Rockland and see how far it is. If you traveled from Rockland to China and then back to Rockland, how far would you travel? So you're going to have to double that amount, right? So if it says 3,000 miles, you're going to have to double it. Be like 3,000 there, 3,000 back is 6,000 miles. But it might be more than 3,000 miles. I think it is. I think it's like a lot further. 3,000 miles will get you to California, but not to China. Okay, so show your work. Always show your work. Love to show your work. Get credit for what you do. Get credit for your thinking. Okay, then it says, what is another country you would like to visit? Could be anywhere. Don't pick China. Pick a different place. Okay, like it could be Canada. It could be France. It could be Spain. It could be Australia. It could be Thailand. You know, if you want to look at a map and see what you might want to visit, and then find out how far is that country from Rockland, right? So how far is it from Rockland to the country you want to visit? And write that down using the website that I just showed you, okay? All right, and then there's always a question, it's how it goes, boys and girls. What is the difference in miles between how many miles it is from Rockland to China and the country you would like to visit? So you already figured out how far it is from Rockland to China. Now you want to find out what's the difference between that and the distance from Rockland to the country that you want to visit. Okay, difference. All right, so we're not adding them together. We're doing something else. Hint, hint. Okay. Last couple questions. If you wanted to visit the Eiffel Tower in Paris, how many miles is it to get to Paris from Rockland? Okay, so note, you need to, when you do this, make sure you type in Paris, not Eiffel Tower. I tried Eiffel Tower and it just doesn't work right, okay? So make sure you type in Paris. Trust me, it'll work, okay? All right, let's go back to our paper. Sorry. There we go. So you write that down. And then how much further away from Rockland is China than the Eiffel Tower? Okay, so now you're figuring out if it's this far to get to China and maybe it's this far to get to Paris, where the Eiffel Tower is, how much further is it? Right? How much further away is China than the Eiffel Tower? Okay, just different ways of thinking about subtraction, right? We've been doing height of buildings, we've been doing speed of planes and people, and now we're doing distance from Rockland to different places around the world. Okay? All right, make sure you show your work. Have a good time, and I'll see you soon. All right, boys and girls, do a good job, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.